ready for harvest. Um, been a while since this has been planted. It's dark, so and I don't like working on in the dark very much because it's hard to see, make sure and see what I'm doing, make sure it's getting done right, and I'm just not wasting seeds going over same ground or missing patches, you know. So, and then this was on day 3, and day 3 I also went out there with, I limed this, but it wouldn't let me lime that because it wasn't quite as far along. So there's that. But now for some reason it just is not growing. I think it might have to do with fertilizer. I did go over it with fertilizer probably too early, and it might have well, that could be it as well. But yeah, so it's not going to be, it's kind of annoying, waste of seed and fertilizer and time, but who knows. When this gets done though, gotta be careful with that. Got crop destruction turned on. When that gets done growing, I'm gonna go out there, harvest it, and then it's immediately getting sold off. It's gonna go straight to the dealers, straight out and sold. And then after the tops are harvested, and I'm gonna spit out the stock and for straw shaft and bale that up. That's why I got this baler. This is a modded 85-75 case international. I'll put all the mods that I'm using in the description of the video when I'm done. So just don't feel like doing it quite right now, because I mean it's gonna be a lot to add, and I don't have it all listed in anywhere to copy it off of right now. So, but yeah, to be honest, I ain't got much to do this day except for maybe just speed things up, time lapse, and get ready to harvest that. I will mention this field here. See how it's cut? Well, I spent like 3 hours yesterday, real life time, by the way. It's spent like 3 hours cutting this, though I did get good. I kind of looks like I missed patches, but I didn't. I assure you this was cut. It's just some patches have grown back fast, it seems like. And then and it was like late spring in the mod season, and then for some reason after I was done, I got I rented out a row winder to line it all up, to row it up so I can bale it, and then it started snowing in late spring. Thanks, Ohio Mod. And then so yeah, destroyed all of it. And here, let me just use the landscaping mechanic to show you what I baled or cut. I cut all this, all of that. It's like, I don't know how big this is. I don't know the measurements of the field here. To be honest, I don't even think I can get the measurements. Hold on. That don't seem right. 412.9 feet. That doesn't seem right, because I'm pretty sure that field with the sunflowers and it is around 400. It's like, I think I'm getting a false reading, unless it's giving me a square foot. This device is measuring up the 409. Unless this is measuring up my Alright, let me show you the equipment. There was a silo there in the middle of the property here that I sold. I sold all the grain first and then sold it so I could upgrade the equipment, because to be honest, the equipment, the cultivator, the harvester, quite small in comparison of what I got now. The wagon was small. I sold a lot of equipment. There's some just decorational structures that were on the properties, just eyesores for no reason, so I got rid of those. So I used them all on the equipment and stuff. And then it still wasn't enough, so I had to go in debt and get a loan to get more stuff. But I was trying to cut out this patch of trees in here. Was going to cut them out so I can turn that into field and plant grass in that, so I can bale that as well. But I went through a lot of trees too, and I found that a lot of this is deep in the ground, like the base of it is deep in the ground, which means I'd have to get on the landscaping tool, lower that just to get to the stumps and cut those out. And then this would be like a big dip in there that I would have to then raise back up and level out with the rest of the ground. Then come in there with a cedar, and that I don't have a cedar for grass, so couldn't go back in there and reseed it with grass. So what I'm going to do is just leave the tree line in there. This is part of my land as well. I was thinking of cutting these trees down in here. These trees, the bases are on top of the land, so it's not a hassle to get rid of these and put structures like livestock structures in here, maybe cows and stuff, to get like some sort of way of making money while waiting on crops to grow. But yeah, I'll have to wait until I can get the money to get that in the future. And while I'm raising that money, I'm also going to try and go along on paying back this debt that I have, which I'll start with a payment now. But yeah, that, or once, I'm kind of also thinking, since that field over there, the grass field, was kind of an annoyance, and if I sell it off, I can make a lot selling off this property here, and also selling off the main farm property that the house is on over here, and all this section over here, to go get a more flat kind of field land to farm and not even worry about the grass. So what I was thinking was selling off all this and moving all over here, getting these 4 sections, which I would have enough after buying these, like selling off all this land and buying this land. I would have enough, should have enough to build a house, put a house on there, and a barn for storage. Maybe not a silo, but barn for storage. We're just rocking with a default FS19 house. I do have some mods installed for houses. I think Millennial Farmhouse, and I don't know what the other one was called, but it's a smaller one that's cheaper than the Millennial Farmhouse that I kind of like. But yeah. So what I think I'm gonna do right now is first, I like putting this up here when I'm using it to get around farm quick. Back too far. I would to do that every time because it just likes to roll once I get it up here. What I'm thinking about doing now, since it's midday, it's going to speed up to the max time speed, and then try and sleep the night away, so that that grain, the sunflowers, are finally grown. Once that's grown, I might just sell off the land and do what I was planning initially and move all of it over here, because I will have enough to buy the land, build a barn and a house, maybe a small storage barn for the equipment, and a house. Might have to get the same thing I have, and then should have enough left over for seeds and stuff out here. And yeah, especially if I can purchase this cotton field here, 14, before the current it gets harvested by the game and sold off. So yeah, I can run out equipment and sell that off and get some money, some extra money. And then seed up those fields, build a house and structure over there, and yeah, not even worry about this grass field. This is nice grass fields up here, but it's kind of hilly, and like, because I did that 35 here, it's kind of small as well. I did it for a contract. It just goes right through here, like between these trees and then that line there. I think, yeah. There's a pond there, but that ain't farmable like when I was doing the contract. But yeah, it's kind of small and hilly. It's kind of annoying a bit, so not getting that. Let's let the time lapse speed up to the max. Go into day 5. I was previously thinking of taking the Ohio's season mod off this save file after I sell the sunflowers, because when I take it off, it will actually reset the seasons to the beginning, which means I would have to restart plant sunflowers over there. But I don't know how long with the base season mod it would take for stuff to grow. I just don't know. But now I'm thinking about leaving it on. I'm kind of on the fence a bit though. So yeah, let's just wait it out. 1500. Kind of wish I could go to the common everyday 12-hour clock on here, but there's a 24-hour clock. I would do contracts right now to fill up the time, but there's some big cultivating jobs, and then they got a baling job going on at field 36. Oh, I don't know. Field 36, which is, where's 36? Right in here, which would probably, if I'm not wrong, because the last time I did this, and it looks like the equipment's going to be the same. Mow the grass in field 36, then bale the grass, wrap it and make it silage bales. Take the bales to O'Connor's farm, which is going to be a whiles away. Or at least the equipment. Which would be like an $8,000 profit off that. But the time it would take, because it's probably going to be small round bales that I'd have to use a fork and stuff, or like a, what would be baling equipment? Hold on. These little things, which I can only get like 2 on at a time. So yeah, I'm only able to get 2 bales at a time on that, so which there'll be 2, so that's like 4 at a time going. Oh, let me just change the, just for sure. I was almost certain that the field would be ready to harvest. Maybe wait a little bit longer to the day. It might be ready halfway through the day. I'm thinking this. I'm not sure if this is the growth of the plant or the speed it's growing at. Like, it might be the speed it's growing at the moment, based on the weather. It's kind of dry here. I should have went over that twice with the fertilizer, maybe 3 times, but I didn't, because I was too focused on other things to do it again. which is usually what originally the reason I wasn't planning on doing any contracts on this save. But I did it anyways, and wasted time and focus on other stuff. I was doing contracts because I was worried about making some money to make sure I have stuff to get going and keep stuff going. Alright. Well, since that's not grown, and I don't know if I should, might just speed up time again. And keep an eye on that. If it doesn't turn into yellow, for the ready harvest yellow, I don't know. Okay. Just look at the map, and it looks like the rest of the field, the rest of the sunflowers, have finally decided to start to grow and decided to peek up out of the ground. Let's go and have ourselves a looky there, because well, they're not peaking, but they're apparently growing. So, like, what the fuck's the deal with that? I don't know. But, you know what? Instead of wasting time here, I am going to go ahead and, since it seems to be taking forever just to grow that, I'm going to go ahead and check out the contracts. Maybe do a cultivating one. Do a baling, maybe. I don't know. Probably more entertaining to do the baling. So let's have a look at the contracts and go over a look at that. We got a transport, which I have nothing to put the things on the wagon to transport it with, so we got the baling here and all this cultivating. Field 14, wasn't that the cotton field? Yes, sir. And it needs fertilized? Nope, not gonna do that. 13 needs fertilizing. 11's a big field that needs cultivating. Know what? Let's go to field 11 and cultivate that. We're borrowing equipment because, oh wow. Never mind, that's not much of a payment. Let's bail. That gives us a good amount of money and doesn't take much to rent the equipment. So let's go ahead and drop ourselves right over there. Oh wow, yep. Same situation. Okay. Let's get this going. Alright, once I get this over there, I'm going to actually have a helper do the cutting. And if he does that, I am going to go ahead and grab my tractor from the farm and come down here and grab all the rest of that equipment back there and go back and forth hauling it. I have the traffic turned off because they're kind of annoying and stupid. They don't stop at stop signs. They'll slow down when following you, maybe, and they also have a problem with their speed. They don't actually go the speed limit, so they're kind of slow. Like, the speed limit for that road that I just came off of, that main road there to town, is like 25, and they go way under. It's like they're going like 10, 15 miles per hour through that, so. Alright, we got 2 mowers here. Let's get ourselves back in these woods, get to that field. I kind of want to farm real life though. I want to get a farm going in real life. Switch to the front, fold, lower. Let's turn the mower on. Go until we reach the edge of the field here and actually start to mow. There we go. And then hire a worker. He's definitely going to miss some. And look at that. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to turn the mower on lower. Lower. Let's see what happens. Okay. He keeps going, he's not going to quit. Alright, but when it comes to harvesting for contracts, I like to milk the fields for what I can. Like, when I'm done, go here to our case 1255, which is really dirty. I had to recently, you can see the hours on this boy, 8.1. That's how much I use this thing. I recently had to do a maintenance run on this. It was like gauged to half. Equipment scale there, the utility scale there, and fuel was probably down to a third. Yeah. This thing has done a lot of work for me. This is also a mod. I think it's part of the I don't know, 12. It's probably the 1200 series mod of PlayStation 4. Probably PS5 as well. I think. I actually don't know if this has a PS5 version or not that's supported on multiplayer. Who knows? But yeah. Get this going over here and see what we've done. Probably gonna take each thing down the road as what would be needed next, probably in the process, which would be the wine root. And since it's raining, technically would need a tinder so it would dry it out, but it's not mine, so, and it's going to be sold right off, so it's not going to hurt. Not us now. And as you can see, I have a lot of, that's a bunch of lime sitting there that I purchased, and I haven't moved to the farm yet. I'm thinking maybe in the future, maybe having this opened up, this safe, and other people play on it, but you can't really get a dedicated PS4 server that players can just hop onto when you're not on or whenever. And the thing is that kind of the reason I want a dedicated server is that it would kind of force me, if I don't, to get on to make sure and check the maintenance of the crops and stuff, and make sure I get them before they start wilting away and stuff, because wilting crop is turned on, so I do have to worry about that. Might take the lime out and just spread it on that sunflower field of mine in the section that just started to grow. That, or just completely just ignore it, harvest what's grown when it's ready to harvest, and then sell it off, and sell everything off to the new land. Because, to be honest, that land has been a hassle, and can't really grow much on it, so alright. I'm gonna have to go through here when I get done with all this, and when the helper's done, and make sure I get what he's missed. Woods field right there. What? I might eventually buy that field back there as well, because it's kind of out of the way a little bit. It's a nice looking field. So turn off on this side of that piece as well. I'll grow in the future. Like, I'm gonna try and make this this map a seasonal thing. Like, continue this map. Like, when I'm done harvesting in a harvesting season, and the season I've played through, keep going from where I've been. Not start anything new. How is that? Top? This one. Yeah, that looked like it was open. Yeah, this mod tractor, I can open that back window. There's a sunroof that I can pop open. I can open the door on here with the, yeah, do all that on this little tractor. Also, it's capable of attaching a front loader to this thing as well. So it's a nice little tractor here. I think it's, if I look in the category of what size tractor, it might be in the small. Yeah, it's in the small here, right there. Do I still have that? Wow, there's a, might be in the large. Look at all those options. It's in the large here. There's this autonomous one right here. It's basically AI driven. I don't know how it works because I haven't used it yet. I'm thinking it's like satellite driven and does a field work by itself. Probably might be a helper, but I'd have to play around with it on the Victor. So if I'll start it up and see what it does. Get this done. And check on that field over there with the sunflowers. About midsummer. And summer days, like the cycle is like 90 days seasons, so got like 3 more days in this summer season here. So 3 more days of the summer season. I hope it doesn't take all this summer season just for that the sunflowers to get hit readiness for harvest, because the harvest season and the indicator, the schedule indicator for the seasons suggested that it should have been able to harvest a long time ago. See that? It must be because I haven't tended to it properly. I was hoping it would have been done by now, because I was thinking maybe after it was done in the beginning, before I was thinking selling the land, I was thinking that when it was done growing here and harvested, I would cultivate that field 1, and then plant soybeans next, because that would have been the next planting season, and what I have the capability of planting without renting anything. And then while think about maybe trying to get new fields and stuff, but expanding it properly. Meantime, since I'm waiting on the field to grow, since I don't really need this land anymore, and I'm going to sell it all and move over here, I'm going to sell what I'm not working on right now. And then, yeah, since I'm not working on that or in these trees here, I just sell it off and then wait for this to grow. See what it looks like right now. Still in the darkest green of the growing process. when I used the tool, the testing tool, the soil tool thing, it says 55 and what looks to be like an icon that indicates its growth, but which is kind of weird because I looked at it yesterday IRL and it suggested that it was at like 70, 75. So I'm thinking that's the indicator there, the first indicator with the plant icon and the up arrow. I'm guessing that is like a growth speed and how fast it is growing out of the max speed it could be growing. That's what I'm assuming. Let's head up on this road. And actually, I got time to look at this. While I'm waiting, since I have the money, I could purchase these plots here with what the money I do have. That's 5. Yeah. So I can't buy this at the... Oh wait, I can. Oh, the value is like 500 and I'm sitting at 133. Yeah, so I'm not, when I finish selling off the land, I'm gonna keep the oh, I've passed the turn off. Yes, but once I finish harvesting, I'll sell that rest off, and then I'll move over there. And also check the growth of the cotton in that field 14 because I did just purchase it. And I might be able to do something with it. So, look at the growth of field 14. Okay, it's just okay, it's further behind than the sunflower, so it's not near as ready yet. So let's take a look at this. Value 7. Okay, it's way out of the price range. I was seeing it because it's near growing, done growing as well. Slightly behind. I was going to purchase it and then harvest and sell. Nothing looks ready to harvest anywhere, which is okay, I guess. A lot of things growing. We got, let's see, a lot of people planting cotton. Wow. This town in Indiana must be a cotton base town, mostly. Like, whew, it's a lot. And then we got, looks like soybeans in this field, and 4 and 5 as well. And then 30 is a field of what looks to be sunflowers, just like what I've got. Same in 8. And then sugar beets in these, with the potatoes down here. I've got the last of the equipment here. Let's take that up and then drop these off, and then take the tractor over back to the middle when the sunflowers are done growing. You know what? Actually, I want to keep that line there for now with the house and stuff and not move it yet because I want to have close to the field with the sunflowers to push the field line. And another thing, moving where the new location I'm going to be moving is the fact that it's closer to sell points for grain and stuff. It's more of a direct, really close location to what was in the beginning when I sold all the grain out of silo off the main farmland out there. Was the best point to sell a lot of the grain. Was paying the most. We're almost there. I'll up there and check on the helper, see what he's got, how far he's got going on to the field. Oh, here, let's back this up here. Detach. Let's detach this back here. Alright, let's switch direction. Oh. He stops. Maybe he's done. Maybe he's gone as far as he can. Let's lower. Turn on. Okay, that's cutting with the front one as well as concerned about. Lower. Turn on. Okay, it's cutting. Okay, he was just stuck in those trees. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the map, look at field 36. Okay. He's close to the in there. Okay, so that he was pretty much done. So let's just go through here and mow the patches he pretty much missed. Gonna have to take some laps around to get the rest. To get what I'm concerned about mostly. I don't know quite the profit I can make on the leftover, because there's a lot left over usually that you can usually sell off when you're done doing it, when you do harvest contracts on here. So I'm going around here. Is that tree that was stopping him. Alright, that's the edge. Okay. pretty much got all that's out here around the edges. So. This. What's left here? Wow, I'm not doing a very good job at this. I'm not used to this mower and well, setup for the mower. Kind of don't like the way that mower's hanging back so far. Kind of makes it difficult to tell when to turn. So I can get the most out of it. I think that's pretty much all the patches. So, oh, well, all the patches on that end. And come around and come at these from the opposite end. Come at it from the opposite direction would be easier. See what side the mower's on. Alright, just this little patch here. And I think that's pretty much it. So that's it with the mowers. Alright, let's just pull them off to the side here. Detach. And hook up the row winder. Oh, and I left my tractor on. Move it out of the way first. Keep going the wrong directions. Alright, I'm gonna try go out and flip around so I can get a better start on that corner there, and then come at it from that side. Like, that's where my starting point's going to be, right here. Unfold. Lower. And turn this on. And make sure I don't miss anything. Take it slow. Don't go too crazy on it. Gonna miss that, but I guess I can always go back for it later. Speaking of which, the baler I'm gonna have to go real slow on. And watch perfectly what I'm doing, because this baler is weird. Like, gotta watch perfectly so I don't miss a thing with the baler, or have to back up and backtrack and do all kinds of crazy maneuvers. Take this turn here. I want to go this way. Go along to the edge, and then we'll do a windy snake maneuver. And do a lapping method. Which eventually is going to cause me to actually hit the corner with this and take away from where I've already raked at. Which is okay, I guess. It makes more ways to get in and out and around with the baler. See, like that. That's what I was taking those turns. Alright. I guess I could go in more. Oh wait, that's not a row. Kind of looked like one, just like a light one. keep her going. This sharp corner again. And that corner's back there is only going to get sharper as I go along. It's probably sharper now. It's going to be sharper now when I get back to it. Like, way sharper. It's going to be about like that. Yeah, just take your time with this. Cool. Yep, look at that. Sharp turn. This next one, I don't know. I'll be able to make a turn on that. Alright, we're getting it close to down there. If these were big square barrels, you'd get quite a bit out of that stuff. Alright. What? Here we go. This should be the last of it. And there. Turn that off, lift it up, and fold it up. Now all we gotta do is take the baler through it, and it should be baled up and wrapped, because that baler is it's small round bales and it wraps them as it goes. This part is going to take longer. You just check the fields over here, check its growth progress, see what it still says, still growing. Okay. Alright, let's go out here again, get it a better start. And take this one extremely slow. Probably gonna hit it at 3 miles per hour with stops every so often. So get up to it and then fold, lower, and start her up. No, I'm gonna increase the speed to about 6. Just gotta be careful, real careful. When that bale is done packing in there, gonna slow it down here. Alright, see? Because when it starts dropping it out to the wrap, the rake stops and doesn't pick anything up. That's why you gotta be careful with this one and take your time and watch it. Just drop that. There we go. It's bale 2 out and wrapping. Drop that. I hope this ain't held as much as the last field I was doing. Because last field I did this, it's kind of hilly and it caused the bales to roll all to a location outside of my area, outside the field that I was working on, and it caused me to lose some stuff. Alright, that's it.